Hi, folks.
Hi.
And we also have to make sure we're sitting real close to the mic because it's, I have it cranked. Oh, is it still going? It is still going. Okay.
A lot of editing.
Yeah, we have to get
We
get right up on that
introduce
mic.
ourselves in the name of the show.
Yes. My name is Dr. Rob Jensen. I'm not an actual, let me clarify this real quick off the jump. Not an actual doctor. I have a clinical doctorate as a physical therapist, but I'm not actually a doctor. I call myself Dr. Rob because it's good for branding. It's good for business. But if somebody needs their spleen removed, or if somebody is, having a serious medical issue or they have an infection, don't call me.
See someone else.
Yeah, see somebody else. I'm
sure.
not the guy.
Yeah, and my name is Vanessa Lakeful, and I am a freelance medical writer. Oh gosh, I'm already.
You're so many things though. Like,
I am so many things.
Go on. What else are you?
I'm so many.
Talking to this.
Okay, I do a variety of things. So I'm a professional writer by trade, and I also do freelance medical writing as well. But really, I'm kind of an entrepreneur at heart. So I'm involved in a couple of different projects, and projects.
Sorry, is this distracting?
A little bit. This is why I can't keep a straight face. Anyway,
you're doing great so far.
I'm a health and wellness advocate, though, at the end of the day. So anything having to do with medical stuff, I'm generally wanting to be involved with professionally. So
How did that actually start for you? How did you get into medical writing? Well, should we talk about? How about before we do a dive into us as individuals, maybe we can talk a little bit about what we're actually going to do with this.
Yeah. So,
or should we should do ourselves first. You're right.
Yeah, I think we should do ourselves. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how did I get into everything? Well, my background, just as things are kind of currently, my whole background has been pretty colorful, and I've done a variety of different things, but it started, I suppose, when I was working in corporate wellness for a few years, and I was working with different therapists and yoga instructors and dietitians nationwide to do corporate wellness programming for big companies. And that really kind of fueled my love and interest for health and wellness and living healthfully, but not only for myself, but for other people.
Yep.
So from there, I decided to pursue on my own a health coach certification degree. Disclaimer, I'm not a health coach, but I do have the certification.
Neither one of us
not even
is
a degree.
The thing that we say that we are.
Yeah.
Not a doctor, not a health coach.
At least we're being very upfront about it.
Yes.
But yeah, so I did go to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition for a year, and I completed that course. So I learned a lot there.
What made it integrative nutrition as opposed to nutrition?
It was all holistic. It wasn't just about the nutrients, macro, micro, that you put into your body and the things that you're eating on a daily basis, but it's also lifestyle, how you're treating your mind, your mental health, your social relationships. It's holistic. It was based on the premise of health is fueled by everything and not just what you eat. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I like it.
Thanks. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
And then, I guess, not to be long-winded, but to go from there, then I got into freelance writing in general. I've done writing for a variety of clients, not just health and wellness, but lately I've focused more in that sector, and I would say even gearing more towards the more medical side. Mm-hmm. And I read a lot of medical books. I have a personal interest in that. I should rephrase, not medical books, but...
not a medical textbook.
Correct, yeah, but books about health and wellness, Western medicine, alternative medicine, things like that. So,
what have you read most recently?
The Myth of Normal by Dr. Gabor Mate.
Yep.
I haven't finished it yet, but excellent book. Highly recommend.
It's a big book.
Yeah, it's a very large book. Yeah. You almost do it a disservice by reading it all at once, and it's better, I think, to read a little bit and then digest it and meditate on it or reflect on it and then keep going.
Yeah.
So.
That's actually one of the things that there's this dude, what is his name? Is it Alex Hormozy? It's him or one of the other online entrepreneur guys. No, it's Dan Koh. KOH.
Okay.
Do you know about Dan?
I don't, no.
So he's kind of in the space, and he's all about entrepreneurship and living a good, clean life. and one of his most recent videos, which was pretty good, was him basically saying, don't read books the way that you normally read books. You know, so because they're always like, oh yeah, you know, every CEO reads like 100 books every year.
Yeah, right.
And he's like, don't read a book just to read a book. Like, read a book until you read a book that you want to read that's going to have information that you want to have, and read it until you find like a really good, useful nugget, and then just sit there and take that and be done and like think about the nugget, think about what you just learned. Instead of just pushing past and being like, oh, well, I have to finish this book, you know, before whenever. It's like, go until you find the thing you're looking for, and then take it, and then be like, oh, cool. And like, you know, write about it and think about it. And I think that's a good way to do it.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah. And I think that's generally my approach with books like that. Yep. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh, I guess that's my background.
It's a good background.
How about you, Rob? Tell us about you.
No, so I have a bachelor's in exercise science that I got from Marquette University that I kind of fell into. I mean, initially, I'm like hiding behind this metal thing. Initially, when I went into undergrad, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to do business. So I did a semester of that. I hated it. And then I did computer science, and I hated that even more. And then I was talking to my academic counselor, and I was like, I don't know what I should do. And she was like, well, what do you like doing? And I was like, well, I like working out, because I was just a meathead. And she's like, oh, you should join the exercise science. And she was the dean of the exercise science program. So I did that, which was cool. A lot of good information. And that's kind of what started me as more of like a scientific thinker, which is like, before that I was like, you know, I was in a band and I did artsy stuff, which is good. I'm still doing that stuff, kind of. But yeah, it just started kind of shaping my mind into more of a scientific instrument, which is, I think, what I need, because I tend to be a little bit more of like a basket of cats, and I just run around.
Basket of cats.
Basket of cats. And I just tend to be a little bit more chaotic in, you know, thinking and speaking, and it's good to have like that scientific training.
Yeah.
So from
and
there,
structure, right?
Yeah. I think the structure is, I need that. But so then from there, I worked as a personal trainer for a while. And I realized that the clients that I really enjoyed the most were the ones that were the most kind of beaten up, you know. So there was a guy that came in with a frozen shoulder, and I didn't really know much about those at the time. So it was just fun, you know. It was fun working with the guy. It was fun learning about the pathology of it, and you know, trying to figure out how to get this guy back to normal. And then from there, I was like, okay, so this is, I think, what I want to do with my degree and with my life. So then I applied to a bunch of grad schools, got in at University of Washington in Seattle. And then, you know, so I got my doctorate. So I'm technically a doctor again.
Look
Great.
at that. Hey.
And then, I worked in Seattle for a while, you know, kind of specialized in chronic pain. Really interested in like spine, because my low back has been a quagmire since, I don't know, I must have been like 20. I think I was like 19 or 20 when I just.
What do you mean? You're not 20 right now, Rob?
I mean, I moisturize.
You look a day over 21 now. Wow.
Yeah.
You're great.
No, but then I specialize in spine because it's interesting, and a lot of people have, you know, back pain, and it's useful. Chronic pain, shoulders, geriatrics, vestibular care, just all those things. So I did that for a while, and, you know, kind of did home health, did hospice, did hospitals, did outpatient clinics mostly. And then when I got down here to Florida, I was working at one of the bigger rehab companies, and they kind of misled me on their hiring pitch. And I was naive, I think, and I was just like, well, I'm going down, I need a job, so let's just get a job. And I worked for them for a day, and I was like, screw this sucks. Because they had me seeing two patients at the same time, and like, I've never done that before, I've never wanted to do that, and you can't, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good for the therapist, it's not good for modern medicine, and it's terrible for the patient.
Poor care.
It's poor care, yeah. And that's like a double-edged sword, you know, like if you're, and I think this is why there's so much burnout in medicine these days, is because it's hard to give proper care to patients.
With that model.
With the insurance-based model, yeah. Yeah, with that, like a high-volume model. So, you know, when you find yourself providing inferior care to people that really need good care, it starts taking pieces of you away, right? You burn out, you turn gray, you start kind of hating your work, and you kind of start hating. I'm not going to say you start hating your patients, but like you just start feeling like it's the frustration, and it makes you feel pretty awful. So
Yeah.
anyway, I quit them after a day, and then I started Paragon Performance Physical Therapy, which is, it's my cash pay concierge mobile PT practice here in St. Petersburg.
And that's what you're doing right now.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Paragon Performance Physical Therapy.
ParagonPPT.com.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's like, you're an entrepreneur. You know that it's not the easiest thing. So you're always on. You always got to be doing work and kind of building your thing. But it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
I think so too. I think people need, good quality care from people that actually care about delivering quality care. So I think, and that's, kind of what we're trying to advocate here with this podcast.
Yeah.
Should we go into what this is and what we...
Well, first off, this is our first episode, and that's why everything is a little janky and kind of we're trying to get our setup figured out.
Bear with us.
But it's going to grow. It's going to grow in a big way. And
I think so.
yes. Okay, so then you're saying, should we tell them what we're going to be doing with this podcast? That's the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should. Go for it.
Okay.
The microphone is yours.
Oh, boy. Okay, so this is the Vital Revival podcast.
Oh, we didn't even say what it is yet.
No. There it is. The
Vital Revival podcast.
Yes. So essentially, gosh, in a nutshell, our interest and our mission here with this, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is to kind of bring health and wellness education to you guys, but delivering it in a way that's a little bit different from the, dozens or hundreds of other podcasts millions of podcasts that
there could be more.
Also do this. Yeah. So we see that there is no shortage of podcasts that discuss medical topics, of course, and we listen to many of those ourselves.
Yep.
But I think that our goal is to kind of deliver it in a very relatable, different way, and bringing you our very fun pink flair and our personalities, of course.
I'm trying to keep things juicy, I think.
Keep it juicy, keep it
juicy.
playful,
Yeah.
keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe highlighting some topics that certainly we find interesting and that we experience or see in our day-to-day lives.
What topics do you personally find most interesting in this context? What gets your goat?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I was talking to the other pink thing in the room next to you.
Personally for me, I'm super interested to see how the psychedelic realm is going to continue to progress and grow within a clinical setting with, more of more efforts being put to really cultivating that. So I'm very interested in that. And how about you? What gets your goat going, or whatever you say?
What gets my goat going? That too. I think that's super, super interesting. But I think it's also like, I'm kind of a maniac when it comes to like the truth and like reality, and kind of like clearing out dead leaves. Or like burning out the underbrush, right? So there's a lot of really bad ideas in medicine right now. Also, I keep looking at the screen instead of the lens, which is like, it's like looking at somebody right over the shoulder, right? You gotta look like, right in the...
Oh.
What? Okay, so what I was saying is there's a lot of bad ideas in modern medicine. And some of them are new bad ideas, and some of them are old bad ideas that were just like never put out to pasture. And so I kind of feel like it's my duty.
Like your duty.
It's my duty to take care to handle that, because it's like nobody else is. They're still like in physical therapy, they're still doing ultrasound, which is like it's no better than placebo. It doesn't matter if the machine is on or not, as far as like if that's going to make you feel better. I'm not talking about diagnostic ultrasound, like looking at babies and stuff.
Right.
But it's like a high tech gizmo that they say is really good for like massaging and loosening things and blah blah blah.
Interesting.
And it's like if you look at the research, good research on it, it's like it
doesn't actually do anything.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So and we're starting to get rid of those ideas and those devices, but for everyone you get rid of, you end up with 5 new ones, right? You get all these like extracorporeal shockwave therapy and like all these laser therapies.
Right.
And like there's something for some of them, like, gosh, but for the most part they're just really stupid.
So maybe now would be a good time to also add that everything that we do discuss or bring forward, it's going to be evidence-based, right? Backed by science, things that have statistical, support behind it, or
good high quality research.
Exactly, yeah. Or bringing to the forefront things that don't have, good high quality research or statistics, and highlighting that too.
And then also, that having been said, since we are going to be citing a fair amount of research with this, there's too much research in the world for us to read it all.
Sure.
And we're going
We
to...
have jobs.
We have jobs, yep. And we're also humans, so we're going to make mistakes. And when we do make mistakes, just bring it to our attention, and we can have a conversation. We can kind of figure out if what the mistake is, and see if we can correct the record.
Yeah, absolutely. Just tell us.
Yep, just tell us. You don't need to be.
We won't bite.
Don't get sassy.
Yeah.
You don't need to be sassy.
To be nice.
You can be a little
though.
sassy.
Well, yeah, okay. A little sass is
Fun
alright.
sassy. Don't be like.
Yeah. Right. So cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then should we give them a preview of maybe some of the topics that we're thinking about discussing in the next first chapter of episodes, I suppose?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so one of them, for sure, a big one, is going to be medicalization.
Yes.
Which, Rob, do you want to tell them a little brief?
Medicalization.
What's medicalization?
So medicalization is basically gathering human conditions under the umbrella of medical conditions. I said human conditions under medical. Yeah. Right. So an example of medicalization would be epilepsy. Was formerly thought of as somebody has been touched by God and they're going to be a prophet. You might still be a prophet. I can't say you won't.
Could be.
But someone having an epileptic seizure, that's a medical concern that can be treated with modern medicine, right? So there's medicalization, and then there's over-medicalization, which is where you take things that aren't that don't need to be treated medically, and you find ways to treat them medically.
Like what?
Well, so, or maybe it's that you look at them as almost strictly a medical concern, right? So I think obesity is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Where like for sure there are medical components to obesity, right? I mean, it has metabolic effects. It has all sorts of different impacts on how much pain you're going to experience, and like there's ways that you can manage it medically, but also
and there's a genetic also component,
Sure.
potentially also like if obesity runs in your family for generations, then of course that is a connection also. However, is that the end of the story there? Is it purely genetic? Is it purely
and I think that it's pretty clearly not just a medical thing, right? Because it's lifestyle, it's choices. What I really hate about over medicalizing, and yes, I'm using the word hate. Is that it tends to take away like the internal locus of control, right? So if you're like, oh, you're obese because of these genetic reasons, then you're kind of taking away agency from people, and you're saying, yeah, well, it's out of your control. You can't do anything about it. When there's clearly things that you can do about it. I mean, there's tons and tons of robust research that shows that you change your diet, you change your activity levels, you change your environment, and things tend to get better.
That's right. But what happens in an over-medicalization context, instead of a physician recommending that someone do those things, oftentimes all they do is prescribe a pill.
Yeah.
And they put them on some kind of a medication that it's not even a medication that they're expected to only take for a short amount of time, right? It's typically a medication that they're expected to be on for the remainder of their lives. And so that really doesn't, I don't know if, solve the problem, but it certainly doesn't really set them up for any kind of healthy behavior lifestyle change.
Yeah, and I think that having been said, because there's a new obesity medication on the market, and I forget the name. It's Dr. Fatima something Stanford.
That sounds familiar.
So she just got hired by the White House to work on it's a 2025 dietary recommendation guide. But there's an interview of her on 60 Minutes saying that obesity is it's a genetic thing. You can't impact it with lifestyle or exercise. Yeah, or
She's
diet.
saying that?
She said that in a 60 Minutes interview. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's also oh gosh, what was the other thing she said?
Wow.
I think it's her who's saying that their primary focus with managing childhood obesity is going to be surgery and medication. Right, and this new medication, like you're saying, is one of those. It's a lifetime medication where you start taking it.
Right.
And
yeah.
I don't know enough about the medication to really speak too knowledgeably about it. But yeah, it just sounds like it's one of those things where you take it and then you don't get to stop taking it.
Right.
And I think that's also kind of with. God, we're doing like the whole first episode right now.
Yeah, maybe we're giving away too much on this, but
yeah, I mean, it's just basically like I think that a lot of people these days, through the lens of medicalization or over medicalization, are kind of seeing modern medicine as a racket.
Yeah.
You know, like pushing pills, pushing surgeries, and those are it's.
Not to discredit that either. Sometimes that is necessary. Sometimes it's necessary. We're not, saying.
Yeah, modern medicine is the best ever.
Yeah.
But it's also, you can still abuse it, and it does seem as though it is, this wonderful tool.
Over medicalized.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's just being abused,
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's one episode idea.
What else were we going to talk?
I think, psychedelics.
Yeah.
Also for sure, which I'm very excited to record an episode on. I think that's going to be a really trippy episode.
It'll
be fun. That'll be really trippy. We should get some lights and stuff and make it kind of fun.
We should get high on LSD.
I don't know. Oh wow. What would you guys think of that if we recorded an episode while high on LSD? That could be neat. What other podcast episode people have ever done that before? That could be really distinguishing.
I think that might be damning evidence in a criminal court.
What?
Because isn't it LSD is illegal, isn't it?
Oh.
No, well, I mean we can talk about it. We can surely talk about it.
We'll talk about it, but we won't be on it. We promise.
We promise we won't be on LSD. We promise. What are you doing? What was that?
Way to do. All right, yeah. So and then psychedelics. Yeah. So we'll just cover a range of topics, and we're open to suggestions too. So if you guys notice anything or have questions about something, or you're going through something right now that you would like us to research and have a discussion about, we're happy to do that too. We're very it's not just what we're keeping an eye on. We want to be interactive and engaged with people that are listening and watching us also. So
it's almost going to be like we're going to do the research so you don't have to kind of thing.
Yeah. So instead of Googling something, just contact us.
The Vital Revival it.
We're your new Google.
Yeah.
Hi.
Watch out, Google. We're coming for you next.
Right. Oh my God.
We're not. We're not going to do that, Google. Please don't kill us in our sleep with drones.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, good.
Should they get to know us a little bit more now? I don't know.
What do you guys think? Do you want to get to know us better?
Yeah, who are we?
Are we just weird at this point? I feel weird.
Weird.
I feel weird.
Goofy.
I had Kratom. I went to Steep Station before this.
Oh, nice.
I had a double grain, so I'm feeling a little goofy. And I took a bunch of LSD.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, you got to keep an eye on this one, guys. Keep an eye.
This one. That's right.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, maybe both of them.
I just got my Celsius over here, but
is that good? I've never.
What? Yeah, it's. Is it good? You've never had this?
I've never had it. I don't think so.
So Celsius, guys, this is my energy drink of choice, but it burns body fat, accelerates your metabolism. It's got 0 sugar.
Oh, I'd like to see the research on that.
You know what? That would be a good episode, actually, Rob, to do one on energy drinks, maybe.
Sure.
It's got 7 essential vitamins.
I think that's one of the things that
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, right. So this is the kind of stuff that really grinds my gears, really gets my goat.
Gets your goat going.
Yeah, it gets my goat going. Where they have these claims. Okay, essential energy. What does that mean? Essential energy.
It's got the.
Are we talking calories, or are we talking about?
It says right on it, proven in 6 published university studies.
It says 7 essential vitamins. Great.
Yeah, green tea.
But then it says right after that, well, green tea is not a vitamin. Then it says proven in 6 published university studies. Proven what? Proven that this has 7 vitamins in it, or that they're essential, or that it's useful to take higher than normal doses.
That's true.
So they say, it has been said that Americans have the most expensive piss in the world.
Interesting.
Because we take all these vitamin supplements, and most of them they get
They flush right through it, right?
They flush right through.
Yeah.
Right. It's like vitamin C. You know, like you can't. I mean, I'm sure you could overdose on it, but it's water soluble, so it just comes out and like.
Yeah.
Once you hit good, then your body's like, oh, we don't need
any more. Yeah,
just
right.
flush it out.
Yeah, I actually knew that. We should do one on vitamins.
Yeah.
Over-vitaminization.
Oh. Yeah, let's do that.
That's a good one. I like it. Where are you from, Rob? Tell us where you're from.
I am from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Okay. When did you move here?
I was actually born in Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
Which is, it was an old, where they used to make a bunch of the ships for World War II.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, they have the U.S., I don't know if it's like a naval museum where they have the USS Cobia, which is like a kick-ass World War II submarine. That was our first swear, my first swear on the thing. I said kick-ass.
Kick-ass? That was, okay.
Oh, well,
I didn't even notice.
One.
I'm just a parrot over here. I'm just a mimic. That's funny. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, and then I lived for most of my life in Green Bay, and Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then I get sick of the weather.
Yeah, I hear it's cold up there. I've never been to that part of the country.
Yeah.
But I've heard.
I'd say there are a few reasons to go if you don't have like family or like previous cultural ties.
What are those reasons?
Why would somebody go there if they weren't from there? Packers.
Okay, yeah.
Green Bay Packers.
I was thinking, like, what are the cultural draw? Like, why, if I've never been, I don't have family, and what would draw me there? Yeah. Okay, but the Green Bay Packers, which I don't watch football at all.
And there's a Games Workshop store in East De Pere.
Huh.
Well, it might be West De Pere. So if you're into painting miniature monsters.
Oh, I think I know someone that is.
Oh, yeah. I'm not ashamed of it. It's awesome. Yeah, it's really good.
It is cool.
Okay. But yeah, the weather just I couldn't do it. You know, I mean, I still part of why I'm like building the virtual aspect of my business is because I still love it there. You know, my family's still all there, and I want to be, you know, I want the flexibility to be able to go back there and, you know, do what I do. But those winters,
yeah. I understand. I'm from Massachusetts, so same thing. Cold winters, 9 months out of the year. It's either cloudy, cold, or rainy, or sleeting, or all of the above.
When did you come down here?
I've been in Florida for a little over 4 years now. Yep. I've lived, we're based in St. Petersburg, Florida, but I lived in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for the first 2 years that I lived in Florida. And now I live on the other side. How many times can I say the word Florida in one sentence?
That's another.
So, so I live in Florida. But yeah, I love being in St. Pete, and definitely love being in Florida more. I don't know. I don't want to say more than having lived. Oh.
All right, we're good.
Cool.
Sorry, the video stopped recording, folks. Hope we didn't miss anything there.
We had to hit start again.
Vanessa was just saying. Much love to our homies up in the north with it.
I forgot my lines. I said, so because he's from Wisconsin and I'm from Massachusetts, we live in Florida, but much love to our Northwestern and New England homies. Midwestern? Not North. What I said, Northwestern? What would that be? Like Seattle? Okay. Well, you're kind of from there too, right?
Much love to you guys there too.
Yeah. So the Northwest, Midwest, and New England. Northeast.
I miss you folks. I miss you good. Especially the ones I know. All the rest of you, I don't know.
Yeah.
I miss you as much as I miss any other person I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But it's a great place.
I've never been there either, but have you ever been to New England?
Once.
Really?
Yeah, because my sister went to school at Providence.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I went to visit her once.
Yeah.
There was a restaurant there that we went and got brunch at. They had like it was like a barbecue pulled pork breakfast hash, and it haunts me to this day. It was so delicious. Huh. It was like I can still feel myself like eating it. It was like such a vivid memory.
That sounds delicious, and also so very like something you would find in like Texas.
Yeah.
Not Providence, Rhode Island.
No.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I got a question.
Love it. Ready?
What's your favorite muscle?
What's my favorite muscle? Probably, it's a tie between my quad and my calf.
Interesting.
Mine personally, I guess. So my favorite muscle, but a favorite muscle.
No,
in general,
it would be yours.
Okay. I mean, because in general, I couldn't really like.
I don't need to know their favorite
I like
muscle.
biceps. I don't know, but not mine.
Right?
Yeah. See. Yeah. I don't know. That's a tricky question, but yeah, calves.
Okay. Calves are good. Calves are good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What's your favorite muscle?
Upper trapezius.
What is that?
It's this guy here.
Okay.
This big chunk of muscle right there.
Love that.
Yeah, it's often maligned, but it's a great muscle.
What'd you say? Often.
Yeah, people talk a lot of shit about it. Oh, third.
Hey.
Fourth?
Hey, this is a clean podcast, Rob.
Sorry.
You know, this is right? Or, well, actually, I think
Is it?
it shouldn't be. No.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, that's right. No, the upper trapezius is a good muscle. It's a powerhouse.
Cool.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool.
What else?
Oh, I got tons in here. Okay, how about what scares you?
Oh.
What scares Vanessa Lakeville? What's your middle name?
Michelle.
Vanessa Michelle Lakeville. What scares her?
Gosh, that's so authoritative. Like, I feel like I'm in trouble. Gosh, without thinking too hard on that, I mean, heights. I have a little bit of a height thing. Yeah, which is weird. I didn't always, but yeah, I have a height thing.
Okay.
What scares you?
Oh, sharks.
Okay, yeah. Have you ever seen a shark?
Or
been threatened by one, or have you bet? You know?
yeah. I was in an alleyway, and it was like, give me all your dough. I was like, put the knife down, man. No, I've never been threatened by a shark. Is that a thing that happens? Now I'm even more terrified of sharks, knowing that they can threaten people. Have ever been attacked by a shark?
Okay. I mean, like, I was thinking, like, have you been in a situation where you're in the water, maybe?
No, but
and there's a shark, and like, you know.
No, but anytime you're in the water and you taste the water and it tastes like salt, there's sharks, and I'm just like.
Yeah, true, fair.
I mean, yeah. So there.
Okay.
I almost thought I was almost attacked by a shark. So 2 years ago, I was at, I don't know, St. Pete Beach, probably. No, it was in, where's that place that's up north that's still in Florida and it's a beach?
Panama City.
Destin.
Which actually I hear Destin is beautiful. I've never been, but
it's beautiful.
I think it's one of the top whatever beaches in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Shout outs to Destin.
Yeah, what's up, Destin?
Hey, Destin.
Looking good, Destin.
We see you.
Yeah, we do. But anyway, so my whole life I've been terrified. Have I told you this story before?
This doesn't sound familiar.
Okay.
So
It's a good one.
I'm ready.
So all my life, most terrified of sharks more than anything else. And so it's me and my girlfriend at the time, and then my folks, and I think it was just us. And we're at the beach, and I hear somebody shouting right off in the distance, and I'm immediately like looking around to see what's going on. And it's these two people floating out in the water, out past everybody else,
Wow.
slapping at the water, screaming. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker, I'm gonna get eaten by a fucking shark, aren't I? Because I'm like, well, I just got up and I started moving towards them, and I was like running through the water because I thought they were getting attacked by sharks.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Naturally.
Yeah. So I ran out there, and a bunch of like 2 or 3 other dudes. They were running towards it too. We got in the water, and then we got up to them, and it turns out they're just really out of shape and they can't swim. And they were getting pulled out by the current.
Oh.
So, but the whole time I'm swimming out there, I'm like, oh, they're gonna rip my legs open, and I'm gonna bleed out, and I'm gonna get torn apart by sharks, just like I always knew was gonna happen.
Just like in Jaws.
Darn it. So yeah, but that was I was pleased with my response. Pleased and horrified.
You seem to be able to retell the story now in a very calm, collected
without
fashion,
like cowering in a corner,
Yes.
sucking my thumb.
Yeah. When did that happen? How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Okay. Did you say that? I don't know if you said
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's all
Interesting.
right. They probably forgot it too.
I'd be afraid of sharks. But that's a good experience to like kind of put some fear and
Yeah.
respect into your presence of sharks. That's a thing.
Yeah, I was that's one of those things where like you don't know how you're gonna do on the test until you take the test.
Yeah.
And now I know that about myself, that if somebody gets attacked by a shark, I guess I'm getting attacked by a shark too.
Oh. Okay.
Next question.
Nice.
Here's one. This one's multiple choice.
Oh, multiple choice.
What percentage of the population has one leg that is longer than the other? Is it 26%? Is it 64%? Or is it 90%? One leg is longer than the other. What percentage of the population?
The first one.
26%?
Yeah.
90%.
Stop it. Really?
Yeah.
90% of the population has one leg longer than the other?
Almost everybody does.
What's your long leg?
Next question. Ask that question on a podcast.
That's a fair question. Rob.
I don't know which one. I would assume it's probably I think my left leg is probably longer than my right.
Huh.
Just, I don't know. I got a hunch.
Got a hunch. Go with your gut.
Going with my gut. Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Ooh, here's one. True or false? Don't read ahead. Consuming gold dust and Miralax before going out to the bars is a great way to make your stool glitter.
This is true or false? Mm-hmm. Did you come up with this question yourself?
Wow,
What is this question?
Why does it seem like I love this question?
Would you say gold dust and Miralax?
Consuming gold dust and Miralax before going out to the bars is a great way to make your stool glitter.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
I can't imagine there's another way to make sparkly poop. How else would you do that?
Oh, I was talking about the bar stool you'd be sitting on.
Oh,
That would also glitter. Because it's Miralax, right?
that's a stool.
Yeah, stool.
You mean a bar stool?
Bar stool. Or what you were thinking about.
Wow.
Here's a good question, folks. And also, in future, most of our podcasts are not going to be. Well, I think these random questions.
Yeah,
I think we should keep them.
we might. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep them.
I kinda like the shenanigans. It's fun.
Yeah, for right now, I just got a bunch of bullshit questions because thought we'd keep you people entertained. Here's a question. This is you get in on this too. Is breakfast cereal soup? Milk and Captain Crunch.
I mean,
Does that make soup?
I mean, I don't know. No.
No.
No. Soup is hot. Cereal is cold. Have you ever had hot cereal? Well, I guess oatmeal could be soup, maybe.
That'd be more of a stew.
That would be.
Would it though? Yeah.
So is oatmeal stew is the real question.
That's a real question. Shit. Next question. We're getting existential here.
We need to take little clips of just these like
All right. Here we got another question for you folks at home and for you. How many holes are in a straw?
2.
Sure about that?
This hurts my brain. Yeah, 2. There are 2 holes in a straw, top and bottom.
Couldn't but isn't it just a continuous hole? Just a tube?
Ugh. Yeah, I suppose it would be.
It's food for thought. But also,
Oh wow.
whatever the answer to that is, never mind. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I was thinking about the human digestive system, and then next question: are vampires real?
No.
Next question.
Oh my gosh. No.
Here is one. No, not that one. That's not the one I wanted to ask.
Actually, vampires could be real, I suppose.
You think so?
I mean, if you think about it in the terms of the types of people that are very blood-sucking and lifeless, plenty of those.
I mean, like a politician.
Sure. Yeah. Or like a narcissist,
Oh yeah.
for sure. Actually, you could say that narcissists are vampires.
Energy vampires.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're blood-sucking energy vampires.
Oh, we're still going.
Yeah.
Had to check the recording.
So, I take my answer back. Yes, vampires are real.
As long as you have to first define what kind of vampire we're talking about, right? Right.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Or they're just an umbrella term of vampires, and then maybe there's little vampirettes and little
vampirettes.
vampirists.
Vampironis.
Vampironis.
It's like a jabroni that's also a vampire.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, also though, okay. So here's the real question: is there a difference between a vampire and a bloodsucker? Because a vampire is a mystical, magical guy with sparkly skin, and he can fly and turn into bats and wolves, and he can charm people, and sleeps in a coffin and turns into ash when he goes out in the sun.
Sounds like a narcissist.
Yeah, sounds about right. Next question. Ooh, here's one. You're very Norwegian, aren't you?
I'm incredibly Norwegian.
How Norwegian are you?
I'm about as Norwegian as you can get without having actually been born in Norway.
Oh.
Yeah. So say that 10 times fast.
So, okay, wait. Say the whole thing 10 times fast?
No.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, no, I'm very Norwegian.
Okay, so then you have that in common with Roald Dahl.
Yeah. Oh my God, I loved him.
Roald Dahl, yeah.
However you say it. Yeah, Roald Dahl. I loved him.
Because he is famously born from two full-blown Norwegians.
I believe that.
And he wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And James and the Giant Peach. And Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh.
And The Twitches. And Henry Sugar. And that's all I got. But yeah, big fan.
Apparently.
Yep. And, the Olsen twins are also Norwegian.
The Michelle and what's-her-nuts?
Mary Kay and Ashley?
Sorry.
What?
No, that was their sister.
No, that's Elizabeth.
What? Their sister in Full House.
Oh.
Michelle.
Michelle Tanner. Yeah,
Michelle
right,
Tanner. Yeah,
correct,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Okay.
So that basically means I'm related to the Olsen twins, sort of.
And Roald Dahl.
And Roald Dahl.
So are you, as a writer, also working on a children's story that will get adapted into a movie that Johnny Depp will overact in?
No, but I could be. Sure. If you guys have any, recommendations of what that story might be, I'll write it.
Yeah. What do you got? Something about blood-sucking vampire narcissists?
Oh, that would be fun. Oh my God, a children's book about vampire narcissists. Actually, that could be really important to write.
I think that's called Twilight. Next question. Ooh, here's another one.
It's cold. It's great.
So, again, you are very Norwegian, correct? I found this online, and I have a question for you. What do you know about Norway's sumptuous salmon?
It's the best in the world.
What can you speak specifically to its sumptuousness? Or is it sumptuosity?
What does sumptuous mean? Like delicious, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
like delicate and
I mean, I have no idea. No, I guess I can't, but one can imagine that the quality of it is so good, and therefore the flavor, because the country in general is just so clean and natural. And also the population. Here's a fun fact for you. There are less people in the entire country of Norway than there are in the state of Massachusetts. So I imagine that probably contributes a lot to the health and quality of the things that they produce.
40 people?
Yeah, probably about that. Sure thing. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, but I looked that up. That's true. That's the truth, for real. There's more people in Massachusetts than or less.
Why do you think Why do you think there are so few? Okay, sorry. 1 second.
Yep. Awesome.
Why do you think there are so few people in Norway?
Probably because it's cold and dark there. But that's like all the Scandinavian countries. I also think that there's not a lot of people in Denmark or Sweden or Finland either. So I think in Scandinavia in general, and I think probably just because it's cold and dark, like a lot of the year. Yeah.
It's in the Arctic Circle, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Or it's up there for sure. I mean, I mean, it's beautiful though. Beautiful. Shout outs to my homies in Norway for sure.
Shout outs
we
to
see
you, Norway.
Yeah, we love your fjords and the fish. And I actually had some really great Norwegian food when I was in Norway. Very interesting dishes. But I will also say that I understand why you don't see very many Norwegian restaurants in America.
It's all lutefisk, right?
It's a little different. No, I actually have never had lutefisk.
What?
No, yeah. That's not appealing to me. But there are a lot of other variations of fish dishes, to be sure.
Yeah, because that's like all they eat, right?
Fish and potatoes.
Fish and potatoes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's not totally true, but that's the running joke anyway. But it is a lot of fish and potatoes. And cabbage. And lamb. And deer. Deer. Yeah, a lot of game meat, potatoes, and fish.
Deer. I got one. Yeah, keep talking.
Okay. There is actually a restaurant, one that I've been to. It's in St. Pete. It's called Linger Restaurant. Shout out to Linger.
What's up, Linger?
Yeah, they do something super cool. They have Norwegian fare, which is awesome in and of itself, but what they do is they actually fuse it with Asian fare. So if you've ever wanted a Norwegian Asian fusion restaurant, very titillating there, Linger Restaurant.
So it's like reindeer sushi?
Maybe.
Yum.
Yeah, that'd be neat, huh?
Speaking of reindeer, though, true or false? One of the theories for why Santa Claus has flying reindeer is because ancient Sami shamans, Sami are from Norway, used to drink the urine of reindeer that had gotten ripped out of their reindeer gourds on the psychedelic Amanita muscaria mushroom. True or false? That's why they think why Santa rides flying reindeer.
True.
It's not a great question.
I have no idea.
I mean everything that I did.
That.
Yeah,
What?
it's true.
Bananas.
What? He rides bananas. If Santa Claus had bananas instead of reindeer?
Yeah. No, there's just a bananas question.
Oh, it is a bananas question.
That is ridiculous. Like, I can't even...
So the Sami shamans of Norway, and northeastern and just northern Europe, they used to drink reindeer urine after the reindeers were foraging in a bunch of psychedelic mushrooms, and then the shamans would get just completely, they'd go interplanetary.
They'd be lit.
Lit.
Okay. Wait, is this true or false?
That is true, yeah.
Oh, that is true. Okay. Wait, how are we on time? Is this good? I think we're good.
We're good. Yeah, it's about 45 minutes. Wait, one more.
Okay, one more.
Another Norwegian question.
Okay.
There's so many. Edvard Munch.
Oh, I love him. The Scream.
A Norwegian.
I saw it when I was in Norway. I saw the
saw
actual print, The Scream. Yeah.
How big is it?
I don't know. It was like...
Like picture size.
Yeah,
Size
like
of picture.
2 by 3 by 2.
Yeah.
Something like that. No, it was like 3 by 3 maybe.
Okay. So
Sorry.
square.
Yeah, it was a square. Yeah.
3 foot by 3 foot square. Okay, that's pretty good. What do you think that guy was screaming about?
The weather in Norway.
You think
because
that's
it's cold and dark, and all they eat is fish and potatoes.
He's like, "Fuck this state."
Yeah.
Not a state.
For
country.
sure.
Country.
For sure. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
He
all
needed
right.
a vacation out somewhere tropical. That's what he needed.
Yeah,
That's what he was screaming about.
You know what I think it was? I think he was going on like a long foot journey because it was back in the day, right? When was that painted?
Oh, I don't know. 1800s? No, actually, I have no idea.
I'll bet he had gotten like halfway there, and he was like, I forgot the fucking stove is still on.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Could be.
You know, the movie Scream, I'm pretty sure, right? Is this true?
It is true so far, yes.
I can't. They reference the Scream, Edward Monk's The Scream, for that mask that the killer in Scream is wearing. You know, so like that, the mouth is like drooped down. It's just like in the painting. The Scream. I'm pretty sure that's what
I believe it.
It makes sense, right? It makes sense. It tracks.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It looks the same.
Yeah.
Just more sinister in the movie, but you know, it's the Scream.
Who's in the movie again? That was
Matthew Lillard.
Naomi Campbell?
Yep.
Shout out to you, Naomi Campbell.
And Matthew Lillard.
And Matthew Lillard. We see you.
Yeah, I like that.
But not in a creepy Scream kind of serial killer kind of way.
Yeah, no normal way. What is Matthew Lillard even up to anymore?
Who is Matthew Lillard?
What? He was also in Without a Paddle.
Nope.
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh man, it was a funny movie. That's all I can think of that he.
It
was like tall, kind of goofy, in that movie. Maybe in person too, but in the movie anyway.
In person too. Yeah.
What if he sees this? I don't want him to think I'm like dissing him, but.
No, dude, you're great.
Yeah,
you're great.
You're
No
great.
matter what she
Even
says,
if you're
you're
tall
great.
and goofy,
You're great, dude.
It's great. Yeah.
No matter what Vanessa says, Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
You're great. Matthew Lillard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it, right?
Yes.
So tune in for the next one. What are we doing? Weekly?
Catch us.
2 weekly?
Yeah. Soon. 2 weeks.
Soon.
Bi-weekly. Catch us soon.
Tune in soon. for our actual episode of the Vital Revival podcast.
Yep, and keep an eye on our Instagram page too. That's where we'll post little snippets, teasers, pieces of content, pictures of us, pictures of flowers, things like that. I don't know. Why not?
Yeah, sure. That works.
Sharks that Rob sees when he's out on the weekend.
Sharks.
Just all the various things.
Yes.
So it's the Vital Revival podcast is the Instagram handle.
Do we have a website yet?
No.
Do we have a Patreon yet?
Do we? No, but we will
We will.
very soon. So
And merch.
t-shirts.
T-shirts.
That's gonna be really fun. You guys are gonna like our t-shirts.
Hopefully.
I'm excited about it. I'm really jazzed about that for sure.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's
More
gonna
to
be-
come.
It's going to be lit.
Yes. So keep watching. Stay tuned for more updates, and we're excited to share more with y'all. That's it.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.